it going, everybody? Alex here for Smarty Pints. Graham is on his way, but I started the brew day because today we're going to fill this guy, the Catalyst Conical Fermenter, with some beer. I do brew 10-gallon batches, as you can see from the system behind me that if you've watched our videos before, you're probably familiar with. So the Catalyst only effectively holds 5 gallons, so we're going to also split it up with a FastFerment. You've seen the FastFerment on one of our other videos, but I thought since we're talking about plastic conicals, that these are probably the two most familiar ones for homebrewers on the market, so we're gonna check them out side by side. Hey guys, Smarty Pints, Alex here again. We are done with our boil, so we are about to fill our fermenters. And they're all nice and sanitized and ready to go. We just finished our hop steeping edition, which started around 150, and then for a half hour it fell a little bit. And let's start filling these fermenters. Butterfly valve is closed. I don't see anything dripping, so that's a good sign. And it looks like we're coming out right about 68 degrees. That's pretty perfect. Hey everybody, Graham's here!
Cheers everybody, Graham,
Alex.
Smarty Pints coming at you. Today we had brew day. Well, I should say Alex did. I came in at the end of it. And today he brewed up an IPA.
But it's always nice for somebody to come when you're just finishing up brewing with a growler of beer. So
oh yes.
Not upset at all. Cheers.
Cheers, my friend.
So I think this is going to be the first one in a series of videos reviewing this Catalyst fermentation system. Hey, here's the box. The nice friends over at Craft Brew sent us one. They saw our review about the FastFerment that you see sitting over there, and they wanted us to give our honest opinion about this, so that's what we're going to try to do.
Yep. Right off the bat, when I showed up, first thing I noticed, this thing, not knocking the company at all, and I don't think it matters coming from me since I don't work in the store, but this looks flimsy as all get out compared to this guy, the Catalyst. This is just a simple wire stand, and it gets narrower towards the top, and it just seems wobbly. This guy is nice and square. Gives it a nice support at the base. So when you're filling it up, you don't feel like you're going to accidentally tip it over. This guy being conical, and it just feels very not secure to me. Plus, as we noted in our intro video, this has a nice piece of silicone or plastic lining in the square that helps it create a nice resistance factor for this system to rest in, so you don't feel like it's going to slide around.
Yeah, it's completely a no-slip grip. You know, I'm putting a lot of force on it, whereas, watch this with this guy, it just slides like this right in there. Not that that's the worst thing.
No, I mean it's not a knock against the company. It's just you know, I'd like a little bit of security there, and knowing that that's gonna be just like that makes me feel a little bit better about brew day.
Yeah, definitely. I guess other obvious differences right off the bat. This guy here, it's nice and clear. You can see what's going on in there.
I don't know what's in here.
Yeah, right.
What did you put in here?
I swear it's beer.
Is
well,
it?
Actually, it's not beer yet. We don't have any yeast in there.
Oh, that's true. No yeast. Yeah, but that is really what they did. Was they introduced the cool factor.
Yeah, definitely.
I like to see what's going on in there.
For sure.
I don't want to, I mean, when I come in, I can see this thing bubbling and everything, but to even, you know, even if you've been brewing for years, it's really cool to just see that yeast go bananas in there.
And actually, sometimes you can't see that thing bubbling because it's threaded here. And not all the time do those threads form a perfect seal, where
True.
they've solved that here with a lid that just clamps on instead of screwing down.
Yeah, and you've had to put some sort of adhesive, some sort of polymer around the
I've used Teflon tape and K-Lube and all kinds of things in the past. And actually what happened, it comes with this little flimsy gasket in there, but the manufacturing process, when it got molded, it's two halves that come together. So there were kind of ridges on the top that I had to sand down to also to get a good seal. So it's just kind of a pain.
And this seems more promising. Now, granted, this hasn't started fermentation yet, so we don't know exactly how tight the seal is yet.
Exactly.
But right off the bat, you can just tell by looking at the underside of that lid and how it snaps down, it feels a lot firmer, and it feels like there's an actual seal there. Whereas this guy, you screw it down and you just know. It feels like, is that sealed? I don't know.
And that's not the end of the world.
No.
For a primary fermentation, especially, because you should have nice positive pressure in there. Should be spitting gas out if the seal is 100% perfect. It's just going to escape around those threads.
Yeah. In all honesty and fairness to both fermenters, you're just trying to keep stuff from going inside.
Yeah, true.
You don't want stuff to just randomly find its way in there. So as long as you got the lid on there and it's secure, that's hunky-dory.
Yeah, for an extended fermentation that it's going to be in there for a long time, then I might worry about, oxidizing your beer and
Right.
cardboard flavors and fun stuff like that.
Right, yeah. But if you're just going to use it as a primary fermenter and then you're going to transfer it to a different container,
Yeah.
then it'd be fine. But you're talking about if you're going to ferment in it and then leave it there for 3
but that's
4 weeks.
the bonus of these conicals is that you don't have to transfer it to another vessel. So
That's its main purpose.
Exactly.
Is to allow everything to filter down to the bottom. So, I don't know, you hash that out on your own right there, but that's our take on it.
And speaking of everything filtering down towards the bottom, the other fundamental difference between the two, which grabbed me right off the bat, is this guy has this huge butterfly valve down here on the bottom, where that guy comes down to a 1/2-inch threaded ball valve.
Right.
So I've had issues with the FastFerment in the past where I was dry hopping, and all those hops actually plugged up.
Yeah,
that valve.
I was
on the
there.
bottom.
I heard him complaining about it, and on a brew day, I saw you using it, and he had to.
I think I ended up siphoning it out.
Yeah, it was a pain in the butt.
It was. Yeah.
Now, granted, we haven't gotten to this guy yet to that point, but I can tell you that when we set this thing up, it's really wide mouthed for
Mhm.
one thing, and you can open that with just one hand. It's not. How do I say it? When you pull on that lever, the whole unit doesn't move with it. You can.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas this guy, it's like you really got to torque it.
Yeah, for sure. You can adjust that a little bit if you don't tighten that valve in all the way when you're assembling it, so it gets a little better play, but just from a design standpoint, butterfly valves trump ball valves any day of the week, just from the way they're designed, let alone the size difference here. The larger diameter on this one, I can already tell is going to be a much better time.
Yep. Well, I think that's it in a nutshell so far.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll give some updates as these guys are chugging away.
Yep.
Right over here, we haven't had it yet, but it's a 10-gallon batch split in 2. So we have 5, well, it's a little over, ended up with a little more than I expected. So we have about 5.5 gallons in each of these. I have the exact same Y yeast here, 1056 American Ale, and these both have a date of March 12th, which was like 8-9 days ago, so they're relatively fresh. We're going to pitch them both right now and see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.